All right, hello, test, 1 2 1 2. All right, cool. Anyway, hi, hello. Well, it's Monday again. It's like I can't wish you a happy Monday because it's like it's never a happy Monday. If anything, it's the first of the month for a lot of people because well, a lot of businesses aren't open on Sunday. It basically was my first of the month, and it sucked as I expected it to. In many ways, it was worse, just flat out worse. But I mean, we survived another Monday. Hopefully, hopefully, freaking, hopefully, it wasn't too bad for a lot of you. Just yeah, just yeah. I don't really have much to add or say. It's just I'm kind of here just to chill. I may not be as quote unquote high energy as I was yesterday, but we're gonna give our best shot. I mean, I am playing my favorite game of all time. It's February, and we're here to have fun. We're here to have fun and just forget about our troubles at least for a minute. Monday, definitely Monday. Yeah, it sucked. But anyway, let me boot this game up. That's the wrong. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're continuing on with our banjo playthrough, and as much as I would like to let the intro rock again, we should just get down to business. So that's what we're going to do. Last we left off, we just finished Freeze's Peak. Nope. I love that. Yeah, sometimes when you load up a save file, you get a freaking Looney Tunes gag opening, and I love it when that happens. He's like, get out of bed, please. I did this. I could have swore I did this last time, but okay. I guess it didn't count. Weird. Maybe the game only saves when you enter a world. Cause like I know I grabbed this Jiggy before I got off last night. It doesn't matter. We have to go through the lair anyway. Actually, no we don't. I forgot. Shortcuts exist. Yeah, every time you boot up the game, it puts you at the entrance of Grunty's lair. Which, I mean, I get it. It's just slightly inconvenient. I'm so used to using save states, to be honest. We've been spoiled by modern convenience. Also, we do have ads incoming, so there is that. Alright, here we are. Good as new. This is the wrong place to go. Actually, I've gone a bit too far ahead. I need to go back. We need to go back to Gobi's Valley, because that is our next destination. Yeah, unfortunately, since we set foot in Gobi's Valley, we have released the monsters. So, the Mum-Mums have come out to play. And before you ask, yes, that is actually what they're called. They're called Mum-Mums. It is both equal parts silly and kind of endearing. Sometimes I do forget like the actual names of the enemies you encounter, but for the most part, I do know a good majority of them. Well, first things first. Remember, kids, always look behind you. Every time. Trunker wants rain. I'm shriveling up. How's your nuts, bark breath? Kazooie. Legs and feathers help? No. Need water. Help. Yeah, I don't think we can shoot that out of our bum, so yeah. We need to get Trunker some water. And would you look at that, our notes actually did save. Good to know that that works. Because yeah, we grabbed some notes on our short stint here to grab the speed shoes power up. And the notes we gathered actually stayed collected. I have to stress, we are playing the Recompile of Banjo-Kazooie, which comes with a lot of quality of life stuff. Lots and lots of quality of life stuff. One of them being note saving. Anyway, first things first, we need to get inside the Sphinx. My nose is all blocked up. You gotta help him. Hey, that tickles. Why this Sphinx head is shaped like ours, I couldn't tell you, but here we are. But we did help him out. Ah, that cleared Jinxie's nose. Come on in. So yeah, we helped Jinxie out. Now we get to claim the treasures he has inside. Like this Mumbo token. Being guarded by a slapper. Because yes, these hands are literally called slappers. It's kind of hilarious. You know what? I will grab these eggs. We're gonna be needing them very soon. Yeah, I still can't stress how much you all need to play this game now. Just like, it's never been easier and it's never looked better. Or had as many quality of life changes. Sup guys? Hey Alice. I was just I was basically just rambling about how good this is. Dang it, I could have made that. Yeah, hello Ved. Hi guys. I hope you all had not completely terrible Mondays. I did, but I already vented about that. I got that out in the beginning moments of the stream, but here we are. I cannot. It was awful, but I'm hoping for a relaxing night. Yeah, it's like I said, it's the first of the month. It's never a good time. I wish I could take tomorrow off. Just yeah. It was a bad day. I mean, I never expect my Mondays to be good. I don't. That's not healthy, but I mean, that's just where we're at. Funnily enough, I did have an interview today, which I had to take during my lunch, so take that how you will. I'm honestly not that hopeful about this one, and I'm not saying that because it didn't go well, I'm saying that because it's just iffy. Because it's like, the interview I had was completely text-based. It was all from Teams, which I've never done that before. I was expecting like a, you know, like a video call or something, but here we are. And then, yeah. It just wasn't the most professional, I guess. But the pay's really good. And I mean, the actual place is legit. It's a clinic. But, we'll see what happens. For now, we take to the skies. God, it looks so shiny. Summon all the hidden rings of the ancients to beat the witch. Really? Is that all I have to do? Why didn't you say so? Like, look at how glossy this looks. But yeah, it's just, go play this game, like, please. I need you all to go play this game. And if you played it already, do it again. We've all had to do interviews on our lunch breaks. So definitely sounds like everyone had a midday. I wouldn't call it mid, I just straight up call it bad. Today was not a good day. Where was that next ring spawning? That's the thing though, it's like because of the improved graphical quality, the draw distance is actually becoming a factor. It's just like we weren't meant to play with the power of gods. And we're paying for it. I'm sure there's a mod that addresses that. I just haven't downloaded it. I haven't played around with the mods for the Recompile yet. I've just been, even just with the base quality of life stuff in the launcher, I've just been enjoying myself too much. Okay, well now we gotta loop back around. Thankfully, the beak bomb is good for getting distance. I will give it that. Only joking, mortal. We can only give you this. I mean, to be fair, that will technically help me beat the witch. It's just not a free win. I'm sure I could have fit like a pixel to where I could skip the animation by flying, but it is what it is. Plus that little animation brings me joy. And I need that. I need all of it. But yeah, of course, what would an Egypt level be without pyramids? I forget what's in this one. Oh, never mind. I remember. It's our good friend Rupee. Ruby? I don't know. Anyway, we'll take this though. Alright, we have to help our little snake charmer here, whatever the heck that thing is for his pet. Hello, my friend. I am Ruby. Can I be of some help? No? We're looking for treasure, Kite Boy. Very good. I see some up there. It's yours if you can get it, yes? So yeah, we just have to get up to our prize. Unfortunately, we will need the assistance of our snake friend here. I still don't know what the heck that thing is next to him. It's like it looks like an anteater, but it's also too fleshy. Who's to say? Who truly knows? One of life's great mysteries. Ah, 1,000 thanks, my friend. My friend Histup will now help you with your quest. Up we go. My man Ruby can jam out on that pipe though. I kinda wanna listen to the whole thing before I leave. Nice. Alright, well, another Jiggy in the bag. Hang on, let's skip the notes around this here first. And actually, while we're here, we might as well unlock this next pyramid. But which one to unlock? I could do the center one. You know what? Let's just do the center one while it's fresh in my head. Just have to do a little shooting gallery. That's one. And so raises the tempo just a bit more. Now we gotta do it again. I cannot stress how weird it is to me just to have a full analog camera for this game. It feels so foreign. Half the time I just forget because muscle memory. Alright, we raise it up a little more. And another one. Ooh, I almost fell off there. Oh, dang it. I forgot to pin my Discord link. Oh, well. Maybe I'll do it sometime. Maybe I'll do it sometime later in the stream. But I really do kind of want to push my Discord for the month. I really need to work on building that up. I didn't have time to, like, set up any, like, bots or anything this past weekend either. I guess that'll be a this weekend project. It's just like, ugh. And thinking about it, I never downloaded GIMP either. Just, there's so much to do. So little time. This is King Sandy Butt's tomb. Turn back or face his wrath. I think I'll risk it. Chose not to heed our warning. Prepare to run. So yeah, you have a, classic pyramid trap here. You have 60 seconds to get out, and you do have to get out. The only thing is, there is a witch switch in here, which, it's not that much of a detour. I do like how the music just stopped. Anyway, yeah. You do have to get out of here. What you can't see above you is that the ceiling is coming down on your head. And you will die if you run out of time. But thankfully, time's not really an issue. No, the bear survived. He's after the king's ancient relic. Nice. Well, thank you for the stream streak, Fed. Honestly, I keep forgetting to turn those off. It's like, I'm gonna be real, I don't like the whole stream streak thing. It's like, it's too parasocial for my liking. I don't like it when Snap does it either. When I actually kind of moderately use Snapchat. Which is like, that was ages ago. How are you supposed to know I'm supporting you then? By you being here. With your presence. As much as I would like to grow as a streamer, I don't expect people to show up here every day. It's like, yeah, I do have regulars, and I appreciate when you guys do pop in, but it's like, people have lives. Besides the other members of the mod squad, it's like I do have other regulars. Like SP shows up a lot, Spoon shows up a lot. Some people I see every now and then. It's like some people pull up every blue moon. It simply is what it is. It doesn't really matter when you're here, just I appreciate it when you are. Yeah, Mums are annoying because they are the first of quite a few enemies that will only die by invincibility. It's like, if you just hit them normally, they'll just get back up. They're kind of like dry bones in that sense. Anyway, it's another memory game, meaning we're going to be here a while. Because, again, my memory is terrible. If I get to 10 streams, you gotta play Mickey Speedway. I never agreed to that, nor am I agreeing to that. My list of games is already spoken for this month, and Mickey's ain't on it. Oh my god, the note was around here somewhere. There we go. It's funny how it gives you 100 seconds to figure this all out, and I actually need all 100 of those seconds. I'm that bad at this. I have terrible memory. I would say I have the memory of a goldfish, but apparently goldfish don't actually have terrible memory. Or so I've heard. That's where Kazooie was. I don't know where the red feather was, though. Of course the Jinjo's right next to each other. Alright, well, we figured it out. 23 seconds to spare. Not my best time, but I mean, hey, it's done. But yeah, no, I'm not playing Mickey. We're playing the vastly superior Diddy Kong Racing. Because that game is just better, and if you think otherwise, you're just deluding yourself. Hey, I need that carpet to come back. I need to get over there. Dang it. Only we sand eels can survive in here. Okay. So yeah, this here is Gobi, the camel. I guess this is his valley. We have to free him. Here's your reward, Bear. Gobi's off to cool down. That's not the last time we'll be seeing him. We did just free him. Now we have to bully him. You'll see what I mean later. Right, I forget the carpet disappears for some reason. Yeah, it's like, I will never understand. Well, you know what? I can't say I'll never understand because I know the reason why. It's like, I don't know how you make a game on the literal same engine and it's worse. But I fully blame Disney for Mickey Speedway sucking. And you can't convince me otherwise. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Mickey Speedway USA is another kart racer that was developed by Rare. It came out several years after Diddy Kong Racing did, and it's just worse. It's just a worse Diddy Kong Racing. It is literally on the same engine as Diddy Kong 2. Grabba's got a Jiggy. Don't worry, we'll get to that. I missed that, no. So yeah, Grabba here's got a Jiggy. Unfortunately, he's just gonna snatch it away when we get close to him. We have a little bit of a snatch the pebble situation. Unfortunately, we're not fast enough to snatch the pebble as it is. Thankfully, though, we have a way to alleviate that. Actually, I need to kill you. I need the health. Anyway, speed shoes. Now we are fast enough to grab a pebble. Easy. No! I've had that 1,000 years. Well done, mortal. Got it. Another Jiggy in the bag. 3 more to go. Actually, before we do that last pyramid, let's go back here. Like I said, there's a camel we need to bully real quick. He did say he wanted to cool off. This tree looks a bit thirsty, but I need all my water for myself. Bro, you're surrounded by water. Sharing is caring. Don't be selfish. Ah, lovely water. Trunker feels great. You're literally looking at a dehydrated tree is surrounded by water, mind you, and it's like, nah, I need all this for myself. Unfortunately, Trunker can't be climbed. Then again, I guess it would be rude if we just climbed up his face. Hang on a second. I don't need the flight pad, I can cheese this. There we go. It's like I'm just reminded of that one scene in SpongeBob from that episode with them on the run from the cops. It's like, you took my only food, now I'm gonna starve. And Rose just has the biggest belly you've ever seen. Alright, well, we need to get back into the air real quick. Well, actually, first, let's go fly through this cactus ring, which is also sentient for some reason, because of course it is. We need to claim our hollow honeycomb piece. I think we're almost, I think we're close to getting another health extension. We are. And we're about to get it as soon as we find our camel friend one last time. Because, he got over here. Somehow, and he's still holding out. He's still holding out on us. I don't even know when he swallowed that. Bah, that's it. I'm leaving this desert to find some peace and quiet. Off he goes. We forced the camel out of his own valley. Hey, we got a health extension. Not a moment too soon. It actually let us damage that. Because yeah, getting a health extension restores all your health. Convenient. Alright, we got 2 more Jiggies to get, and both of them have to do with this palace here. We just need to get the notes first. Because, this last pyramid is arguably the hardest to get inside, because it also involves a time limit, and a rather strict one. So strict that you need the speed shoes for it. But I don't think you can collect everything of import along the way and still make it in time. So we'll just get the notes beforehand. Oh yeah, your lives reset when you restart the game as well, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so yeah, press this switch and the door opens, but you only have 25 seconds to get up there. Or it's more accurate, you only have 20 seconds because the cutscene locks you in. I hate it when that happens. I said yes to Mickey, sure. Dealing with the American literacy crisis, spill the tea. I want to know what you mean exactly. Elaborate. Hate it. I'm gonna cry you skip me every year. I played Mickey's 1 year. That's all you're getting. That game is terrible. I don't know why you enjoy that game. I really don't. I could just be mean and be like, you know, five subs and I'll play it, but then that puts onus on me because I have to honor that, and that also puts onus on everyone else because money. What am I missing? Which pyramid did I not go inside? I went inside that one. I went inside that one. I did that one. Oh, right. I have to, now that the water's out, I need to actually dive in here because it was nothing but sand earlier. Yeah, that's the reason those flight pads are there. It's like before you fill the perimeter up with water, if you somehow fall in and need to get out, you gotta fly out. It's like, what am I forgetting? It's like, these are the last of the notes, and our last Jinjo's down here too. Well, that's all the jiggies, and that's all the notes. And just like that, we are done with Gobi's Valley. Alright, let's get out of here. Honestly, if I had to choose between being in a winter wonderland and a literal desert, I think I'd take the winter wonderland. As much as I hate the snow, I cannot take the heat. I melt easily. Wrong, nah. I think I'd rather be... Well, I don't have to say I'd rather be in a winter wonderland because I'm already in one. Cold is so much more inconvenient. I disagree. Unless there's snow involved. When there's snow involved, then I agree. But it's like, if I had to choose between it being 1 degree and it being 100 degrees, I'd rather take the 1 degree. Because at least I can layer up. 100 degrees, I'm just out of luck. I'm just out of luck. I just have to suffer and die and sweat. Plus, it's like, as far as like business is concerned, it's like it doesn't matter which extreme it is. It's like businesses close for cold advisories, but they also close for heat advisories. If your life was a platform, would you rather live in the ice levels or the ice physics? No. If I had to choose between the water level, the ice level, and the wind level, I think I'd choose the water level. That's the least terrible of the three. Speaking of water, we have to swim through it in order to get to our next destination, because the next portrait we need to unlock is really, really out of the way for whatever reason. But I mean, it does kind of encourage you to explore the lair, because you do have to explore the lair quite thoroughly. Yeah, see, Alice has the right of it. You can always put on more layers. You can only shed so many. So yeah, we have to swim to this giant, open, water-filled area. Also, don't mind the chumps. They will bite you, but they won't insta-kill you. We do not have to worry about a Big Bertha situation in this game, thankfully. So yeah, here's our next portrait. We need... How many jiggies is this? 10. So 10 jiggies fills into Portrait 2 World 7, Mad Monster Mansion. Because we already did Christmas, we might as well do Halloween. Here's another Mumbo token for our trouble, because we will be seeing the shaman again, actually, in the mansion. But the cold hurts and nothing works right in the cold. The heat hurts too! And, you know, things overheat, such as technology. Like, if things overheat, they break down just as easily. But don't worry, we'll be back in this section of the lair soon. Unfortunately. But yeah, the cold hurts, the heat hurts. You ever feel the sun rays scorching down on you? Sunburn? I mean, there is hypothermia, but there's also hyperthermia. There needs to be a balance. This is balance in all things. It can't be too hot, but it can't be too cold either. But if I had to choose one, I'd rather it be too cold than too hot. Also, I don't feel comfortable talon trotting over here. Monsters chase you, they're a hounding. Then you'll get a grunty pounding. Gross. Anyway, here we are on our next destination, Mad Monster Mansion. But before you go to Mad Monster Mansion, you see how there's a fork in the road? That is actually important. Because the fork in the road will take you to this gate. This gate, which you can't smash. That'll be important later, trust me. I don't sunburn unless the UV index is maxed out and I spend like 4+ hours in direct sunlight. Spoon, don't take this the wrong way. Are you white? Because if you are, you were just built different. You should be frying under the heat. Yeah, anyway, welcome to the resident spooky level in Mad Monster Mansion. I am Texan. That doesn't answer my question. Which, I mean, to be fair, even if you are, the fact that you're in Texas, I mean, you'd be used to the heat. Also, yeah, sunscreen is important. I used to be one of those people that's like, I don't need sunscreen. I'm black. I don't get sunburn. Just, yeah. These two guests are rather dumb. Let's make sure they're unwelcome. I don't think that actually rhymes, but I feel like that's the closest she could have gotten. I don't... Does dumb and unwelcome technically rhyme? Anyway, we're breaking and entering. We will be doing more in the future. Yeah, our first hollow honeycomb piece is actually under the floorboards. We're just too big to reach it. And I don't know if there's a way to cheese it. I don't think there is, but I could be wrong. Also, we do have ads incoming, so there's that. Ow, freaking stupid bat. This ain't Texas. I mean, no, I'm not in Texas, but one of our chatters is. Also, hi Dave, welcome. Just, well, I mean, I haven't done that much progress. We've only done, we went through Gobi's Valley. And now, as you can see, we're on Mad Monster Mansion. How did I miss that? Now we have freaking undead Champas. Alright. Yeah, we gotta check every room in the mansion. Also, again, ads. I apologize. And of course, we have to pay the shaman another visit as well. Now, who's that handsome-looking pirate? Oh yeah, we also have ghosts. Remember how I mentioned that there's gonna be more and more enemies that only die to invincibility? This is another one of them. These are the teehees. You can tell because they laugh at you. And teehees only die to, you guessed it, invincibility. Anyway, we got our first Jinjo in the master bedroom. And speaking of Jinjos, there's another one. Jinjo. Alright, into the house we go. Yeah, see, the sound alerts still work. I just don't know why that video doesn't work. I normally skip that one, but I kind of need the tokens right now. Anyway, we need to sneak up on old boy here. Grunty's gold, how it's shown. She'll be mad, now it's gone, or gone. Yes, I'm mad, my boot I'll put up your useless spooky butt. I feel like these rhymes are getting worse. I refuse to wear sunscreen, I've got a hat for that, and lightweight long sleeve shirt when I have to work outside in the sun. Well, I'm not your father, but still. Also, I like how this room has everything that Grunty would consider quote-unquote important in her life. Like, of course, you have the witch herself, but then you also have Klungo, you have Dingpot, her sister, her tower, her broomstick, and Mumbo, surprisingly. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, why does Grunty have a picture of Mumbo? Because they actually have a history together. Banjo lore. The reason why Mumbo wears a mask is because Grunty kind of cursed him so that he's, I don't know, horrifically ugly or horrifically disfigured. I forget which is which. But yeah, that skull is not his face, it's a mask. Because Mumbo actually taught Grunty how to use magic. To some extent. And there's your random Banjo fact that you probably never needed to know. And you have sunscreen in the truck for extra sunny days. Well, at least you use it sometimes. Like I said, I'm not your father, but it's like, you gotta take care of your skin. Meanwhile, I don't really have to worry about these problems because it doesn't really get hot in the Midwest. Well, it does, but not nearly as much as other regions. Anyway, here we are in the wine cellar. It's time to raid the place for booze. Here's our Jiggy. I forget what year it had on that. Mumbo token. Nothing. Eggs. That one's sealed off. Jinjo. Nothing. Along with mosquito spray for the odd January day when the mosquitoes are out. Really? Y'all get mosquitoes in January? I mean, I know Texas kind of stays hot, but still. Just 3 little notes tucked away here. Bust open this padlock. And here we are at the church. And here we have these pots.
Thank you.
Trust me, they are saying thank you. I know it sounds very much like something completely different, but believe me, I used to think they were saying what you may be thinking too.
Thank you.
And here you have the Rippers. Dirty little bastards. But yeah, the irony of having a living tombstone. Isn't that the name of a band? Thinking about it, I think so. I don't know much about music. January 1st, went for a bike ride, got bit. Ooh. Sick. But anyway, yeah, we planted the flowers to honor the dead. We got a Jiggy out of it. Also, we have a handsome-looking window over there. The only thing that's in the Banjo-Kazooie window is supplies, like eggs and feathers. Nothing of importance. You would think there'd be something important in there, but no. Anyway, let's climb the cathedral, shall we? We'll be going inside it in due time. But yeah, Mad Monster Mansion, what it lacks in size, it definitely makes up for in aesthetic. This is like primo Halloweeny type vibes here. I almost jumped off. Okay, let's just do the thing. At the very tippy top lies our prize. 4 Jiggies down. It feels like we just got here too. Alright, anyway, let's go through the hedge maze, I guess. Because there's always stuff to find in the hedge maze. Along with more ghosts. And a beehive with bees in it. And of course, they can just phase through the hedges like it's nothing. Yeah, the camera can't help us here because it's a top-down view, so we just gotta do our best. Got another Jinjo though. This singular note over here, and this singular note over there. I didn't want to waste a feather on you, but you kind of left me no choice. Alright, I think that's all the notes in the hedge maze. Yeah, I think we're good on that. Alright, let's go off this way. Got things to do over here. Like another Jinjo. I don't know if this water's toxic. Then again, I don't really try to touch it. Plus, you know, green-looking water is never really a good sign. Also, mind the skeletons. They're called limbos, and they are actually just dry bones. Like, if you hit them, they'll just come back. I don't even think invincibility kills them, but don't quote me on that. I don't typically waste gold feathers on them trying. Yeah, we already got all the Jinjos to the level 2. That's already taken care of. You know what? Let's head to the cathedral. So this opens the door to the church. That door is only staying open for 14 seconds, though. Why 14? I couldn't tell you. I feel like there's a Final Fantasy joke I could fit in there, but it's lost on me now. Anyway, here we are at church. Of course, the church is haunted. You're lucky I need to get up there. Yeah, the unfortunate thing about it is that using your invincibility, just the action of activating the invincibility costs you a feather. So even if you just do this, you're spending a feather just activating it. I could have tried to dodge them, but it was just easier to do that. Have to high jump just to get these notes on the benches. You do get a sick organ remix of the Mad Monster Mansion theme, though. Speaking of the organ, we must climb it. And we also have our maestro over here. Moten plays his organ with ease, but can you follow him on the keys? So yeah, this is Moten, and we must do as Moten does. Thankfully, he goes relatively slow. Also, we don't have to worry about bumping into him because he's a ghost hand. But yeah, this is relatively simple. Not bad, Bear, but now watch me. Copy this tune, and amazed I'll be. Alright, round 2. I don't really think he goes any faster. Like, slightly faster. And I'm pretty sure the keys he pressed each time are random. At least I'd like to assume so. The gamepad creature at church. You know what? That is funny how that works out like that. I'm not even really a religious person in real life. Which I guess is also ironic considering the handle I've chosen to go by. We did it. And there he goes. Your music skills are mighty fine, so take this golden piece of mine. I don't mind if I do. There's so much more we have to do when climbing this organ. There's an extra light behind the pipes, though. And a flight pad over there, because there's a lot of stuff up on the roof of this here church, for some reason. Thought I almost messed that up. Anyway, upwards. So yeah, up on the rafters, we not only have our witch switch, which is in the eye of that statue over there. But we also have our first hollow honeycomb piece. And a skeleton up here for some reason. Yeah. So there's our prize. The only trouble with this is getting down, because we are very high up. And there is fall damage in this game, as most other 3D platformers. And the higher you fall, the more damage you'll take. So I guess it's only smart to, like, fall by the organ. Huh. It actually didn't do any fall damage. Normally I just fall by the door. But of course that fall is the one that hurts me. I probably had enough health to face tank the full brunt of the fall, but I didn't want to. I just simply did not want to. Alright, well, we're done with the church. What am I missing? Right, the shed. We'll get to the shed in a minute. Oh, right, we can just bust this door out. You know what? We can do the shed now. I think we can do what's over there later. We do need to get on top of the shed first, though. Because notes. And a Mumbo token for reasons. Alright, bust our way in. I'm sure no one will mind. Thank you. Yup. Come again. So anyway, we have another word puzzle. And we must employ the services of Tumblar the Mighty. Greetings, O Solid One. I'm Tumblar the Mighty. Solve the puzzle, and you can take this infernal thing that's stuck under me. So yeah, you must use Tumblar to solve this puzzle. Unfortunately, we also have that purple teehee to worry about. Unfortunately, we can't kill this one, and he can knock you off of Tumblar, which will waste precious time. I'm so glad that was an N. I wasn't sure if that's an N or a Z. If that was an N or a Z. Yeah, we're spelling the name of the game again. Okay, Banjo. Also, you can't really turn the camera in here, so, yeah. Okay, Banjo, K-A. We'll wait for him to pass. I almost slid into him. Where's that third O? Over here. Can he make it? Yes, he can. But yeah, don't touch the grunty sections either. Those will also hurt. Anyway, at last, the puzzle is solved. Take this thing. I'm leaving this gloomy shed. And there he goes. We never see Tumblar the Mighty ever again. I'm sure he's doing great and mighty things. Alright, we have a few more notes to find and more Jinjos. Not more Jinjos, more Jiggies. But I think it's time we paid the shaman a visit, because all the Jiggies we have left involve us transforming. Plus, we kind of need to be a pumpkin when we leave anyway. So yeah, Mumbo's really valuing his solitude. He's literally surrounded by a freaking wall. And we need 20 whole tokens for him this time. Thankfully, we have plenty of. But yeah, his services are getting expensive. Just the 1 gold feather. Worth a shot. Anyway, hit me up. Umbrella. So yeah, here's our 4th transformation. A pumpkin. Ah, Mumbo proud of pumpkin spell. Make good soup. I don't like pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin anything, to be honest, but yeah, here we are. We are a sad, defenseless little pumpkin who's only good for getting into small spaces. That is literally the only use of this pumpkin. You can't fight You can't do anything really worthwhile. You can just bounce around. You are kind of cute. I'll give you that, but that's it. I don't even know if this is the right way to get onto the hedge maze. It's just always the way that I do it. Because we need the extra height, because we have to get into the upper parts of the mansion. Alright, was it this? Okay, let's just grab our hollow honeycomb piece under the floorboards. And some feathers while we're at it. Now we have to do this. So yeah, here's Lago, the toilet. And if you think you know it, if you think you know this is going, you're absolutely right. Happy landings, little one. Bombs away. Yep, we had to get flushed all for the sake of a Jiggy. Hopefully the smell leaves when we transform back into a bear. I can't believe you went in there. Now wash your hands, filthy bear. First off, we don't have hands. Second off, I think we're gonna need to wash a lot more than that. And speaking of going down pipes, now we gotta go down this one. For another Jiggy. Almost done. There's just one more crevice we need to stick our ass into. And I believe it's over this way. I'm glad I busted that door down. So yeah, now we have to go down the well. And there's our last Jiggy. Thankfully with a conveniently pumpkin-sized hole in the bucket. And all these freaking whip cracks. Alright, now we just gotta get our last few notes. 2 and 2. And just like that, we are done with Mad Monster Mansion. I'm making some pretty great time if I do say so myself. We've only been live for a little less than an hour. But yeah, we're done with Mad Monster Mansion. We will not be transforming back though, because we do need to stay as a pumpkin for the time being. If only I can find my way back. Oh, it's right here. Duh. That's the church. No, we want to go to the exit pad. Unfortunately, there's going to be a little bit of running because, like I said, we can't defend ourselves as a pumpkin. And it's like, if you're thinking to yourself, clearly you're taking notes, I know, right? Yes, because we opened the door to the mansion, the Rippers are out in full force. And unfortunately, they're faster than us. So yeah, you know that gate we busted down? It actually leads you to this dingy little tower. A tower with a door that has a pumpkin-sized hole you can fit through. I feel like this is the quote-unquote hardest part of the game, because it's like, the instructions for this part aren't really clear-cut. The only clue you really have is that there's a fork in the road and it leads you to a gate. I feel like it's not really obvious that you can smash the gate, and you know, Mumbo's just here for reasons. But yeah, now that we are a bear and bird again, we can unveil this switch. A switch with a water sign on it. And pressing this switch raises the water level in the lair. Hooray. Unfortunately, we also need to be a pumpkin to get out. Back we go. Pumpkin making Mumbo hungry. Me get pot ready. So yeah, question for chat. Do y'all like pumpkins, pumpkin flavored things? And if so, what's your favorite pumpkin related thing? I don't like any of it personally, but yeah. So yeah, we're just going to wander the graveyard as a pumpkin. We're basically just going to let Mumbo's magic expire. There is one other thing you can do in the lair as a pumpkin, but it's very risky. Very, very risky. And it's honestly not worth it. So yeah, you see how there's a pumpkin-shaped hole over there? You can go to it. You just have to navigate that. And I have to stress, if you fall down here, you will lose a life. It's not worth it. It's just a Cheeto sighting over there. Not a big pumpkin fan. I do like some pumpkin pie and the occasional pumpkin gooey cake. I've never heard of pumpkin cake. I'm aware of pumpkin pie, though. So yeah, now that we have raised the water level, we can continue our quest. But before we continue our quest, we have to claim this Jiggy that spawned in the eye of the grunty monolith. And unfortunately, to reach that monolith, we have to activate that flight pad again. I already forgot one Jiggy related to witch switches. I'm not forgetting another one. Those stupid snowmen. Man, the analog camera helps so much with this. And a few other things. Anyway, up in the air we go. And launch ourselves into the eye of the witch. And just like that, another Jiggy is ours. Easy. We only have 2 more to go, which means I'm perfectly on track. Because there's 9 worlds, which means there's 9 witch switches, which means 9 Gruntilda Jiggies. And of course, there's the one that the game gives you. Getting jiggy with it, basically. Anyway, now that we have raised the water level, we can come back over here. And this will be the site of our next destination. Unfortunately, we have to raise the water level one more time. Thankfully, that's an easy enough task to do. Dang, at the rate we're going, you know what? I don't know if we're gonna finish it tonight, because like I could do all the worlds tonight, but I also still it's not over after you beat all the worlds. There's still more to be done. Anyway, now we raise the water level again. And this allows us to get into that crevice over there, and that's where the site of our next portrait is. I think we also killed the Champas in those holes, because I don't know if they can breathe underwater. Yeah, now we have a shortcut. Hooray. Now let's just paddle our way over here. Bust open this grate. And here's our next portrait. I think this is what, 12 Jiggies? Yeah, 12. 12 Jiggies later, and we have our next destination. Rusty Bucket Bay. And yeah, this is the low point of the game. Just straight up. If you ask someone who's played this game before what their favorite world is, and they tell you it's Rusty Bucket, they're either lying to you or they're a masochist. Like, not to a Souls Enjoyer level masochist, but still. Anyway, welcome to Rusty Bucket Bay, home of, as you can guess, the Rusty Bucket. And if you're wondering why everyone hates this level, it's for a few main reasons. Mainly, this level hates you. Not extremely hates you, but it's the closest thing this level has, it's the closest thing this game has to a difficulty spike. Because Rusty Bucket Bay is dangerous. And I'm going to prove that to you by doing the first and most difficult challenge of the bay. But first, Actually, you know what? Before we do this, I'm missing a step. I'm missing a step. We will come back here. And to be fair, I don't even need to do this first, because since my notes don't disappear when I die, and there is a very likely chance I could die here, even as well as I know this game, it's not a chance I'm willing to take. But yeah, Rusty Bucket Bay is just mean. That's the best way I can put it. It's mean. You have a lot of interesting challenges, and then you also have a lot of interesting enemies, like these boom boxes here. You have living TNT crates, and the only way you're killing them is with eggs or invincibility, because, I mean, you know, you can't exactly roll into a box of explosives and expect that to end well for you. I mean, you could. It's going to hurt. In fact, I think they actually do 2 points of damage if they do explode on you. Okay, I guess I need to do this other part to reach it. I don't really need the feathers, but it's not like we'll be flying in here. I don't think there's any flight involved in Rusty Bucket Bay. Anyway, that was the storage room. Also, be mindful. Some of the pipes are alive, and they will bite you, and it will hurt. I think Grimlocks are their names, and it's fitting. You have sentient pipes that grow teeth, and you also have sentient life preservers that will try to not preserve your life, I guess. That's the closest thing to a joke I got. 312111. I swear that code's the same all the time. Anyway, here we have the Seaman's Quarters. I command you to laugh. Because I'm not kidding, these guys are called Seaman Grublins. This is the quality you get with me. Thankfully or unthankfully, there is an ad break coming up to distract from my shitty humor. While I bust open more of these windows. And here we have the captain's quarters. And of course the captain has a Jiggy. There we have it. First Jiggy in the bag. Need these feathers. I'll be using most of them here for reasons. Yeah, if the pipe is black inside, it's safe. If it's glowing red inside, stay away. Stay far away. And here we have the kitchen, the most important part of the ship. Also, mind the stoves, because, you know, lit stoves, very hot. Dang it, I want that Mumbo token, but I need to use gold feathers to get it. Because, again, lit stove, very hot, very hearty. You know what, screw it. I'll take a quick trip inside the oven. Is it just eggs in there? Yeah. How clever. Anyway, that was the kitchen. You remember what Sean Connery said on Celebrity Jeopardy? I don't think I remember much of Celebrity Jeopardy, period. When was that even relevant? Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. Anyway, let's do this. I'll take famous horse seaman while... Yeah, get the code right and you get a prize. If you mess up, that steam will hurt, so be mindful, I guess. But even I can remember that code. Another Jiggy in the bag. It literally went to a cruise ship commercial. That's hilarious. I'm sorry, that is actually funny. I wouldn't exactly call this a luxury cruise liner, though. Anyway, here we have the navigation room. Here is the map. Where do you wish to go? honestly, when the ads break, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that before it happens, even though it's way, way in the future. I could have swore there was one more window to bust open. Maybe I'm hallucinating. I don't know. I think I'm misremembering. Alright, anyway, I think the ads are over. Are you guys free now? Is it over? Maybe it's Maybelline. It could be that too. But anyway, I made a Zelda CDI joke during the ad breaks, and it's got me thinking of something I've been wanting to discuss. So, for those of you who are regulars on my channel, you know how every October I play games that are bad on purpose because I'm not really a big horror aficionado, and that's kind of what I decided on doing. Well, there's two things about that. One, I kind of want to play the Zelda CDI games this year, because I kind of skipped out on Octobad last year because I moved, and that kind of took the wind out of my sails. But also, speaking of Octobad, I'm thinking of rebranding. I'm thinking of rebranding because I kind of thought about it randomly one day. What do you guys think about Sloptober? I think that rolls off the tongue better, personally. I might go with that this year and future years. But I figured I'd run a consensus. I swear there was one more window I could have busted open. Maybe I'm thinking of a pipe. Or maybe it's farther down this way. On the... I'm not gonna lie, I don't know my nautical terminology. If you asked me what was port and what was starboard, well, firstly... Well, Sloptober sounds legit. Well, that's good enough for me. But yeah, if you asked me what was port and what was starboard, I just say shoot me. Rebranding and upper management get to you? No, it's just I kind of thought about it because it's like you know how they said like slop was one of the big fancy words of last year. It's like Then I thought about it, and it's like you know what, Sloptober just sounds better. So yeah, we gotta come in here to slow the fans down. That will be important later. I don't know if you can pull that off with the fans going at full speed, but it's not exactly like I want to try. Port left, starboard right. Well, there's your nautical lesson for the day. The closest thing I ever came to learning about nautical terms was basically Final Fantasy with the Omega fight. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, the Omega fight in Final Fantasy 14, he has attacks that utilize the terms starboard and larboard. And I'm pretty sure larboard is outdated nautical terminology, which is even more funny. Anyway, let's just get the engine room out of the way. And also, welcome to the engine room, the single most dangerous room in this entire game. You have spinning pipes, spinning fan blades, and a bunch of other assorted things. Oh my. And in case you're wondering, yes, that is a bottomless pit underneath the smoke, and you will die if you fall down that pit. Unfortunately, you have 2 jiggies to get in here. Well, 1 jiggy specifically, but also another jiggy that involves you being in here, because there are 2 switches that will, of course, slow those propellers down. I'll tell you something, if nautical nonsense be something you wish, then drop on the deck and flop like a fish. Oh, I guess it's a spoiler. You guys should tune in next month. There might be some nautical nonsense on my channel. I'm going about this all wrong. So yeah, even though the fans have slowed down, they can still hit you, and they will hurt. And if they do hurt you, they will knock you back, potentially into the abyss below. The engine room is very, very dangerous. And if you were playing this on original hardware, again, if you died, all the notes in the level would reset. port is left and starboard is right. Think of it like this. When heading west, the North Star is to your right, hence starboard. I never would have considered thinking about it like that. Ever. In fact, it's so dangerous they give you an extra life here. But let's claim this Jiggy first. Funny enough, I think it's actually easier to make these jumps with the higher graphical fidelity and frame rate. But anyway, there's Jiggy number 1. So far, so good. And now we have to do Jiggy number 2, and that involves us pressing this other switch. So yeah, pressing both of these switches will deactivate the propellers outside of the ship, which will let you get the Jiggy inside. There's just 2 problems with that. 1, it's timed. And 2, it's not enough that you have to get the Jiggy, you also have to get out in one piece after getting the Jiggy. Because once that timer runs out, that propeller will turn back on. And if it's on when you're inside it, you're dying. Because those propellers will kill you instantly. So not only do you have to get there in time, you also have to make sure that you actually go to the back of the ship and not accidentally go to the front. Otherwise, if you do mess up, it's back to the engine room, which is potentially another death. Please let this be the back of the ship. If it helps, I think the back of the ship has the Rareware flag on it. And thankfully I was right. Oh yeah, also the water's polluted, so just swimming in the water will cause you to drown. And if you go under the water, you will drown twice as fast. And your air will not come back unless you touch solid ground. Under the scum, you'll breathe your last, because air is used twice as fast. So yeah, like I said, Rusty Bucket hates you. Just swimming on the surface of the polluted water will cause you to drown. And if you go under the polluted water, you will drown twice as fast. If you would follow good lockout, tagout practices, the engine room wouldn't be so deadly, I guess. OSHA regulation are written in blood. You best follow them. Is that an actual saying? I mean, if most corporations had their way, I don't think they'd want OSHA to exist. Because, you know, workers' rights, that just costs them money. Please unionize, kids. Know your rights. They're so important because your job will not care about them for you. If anything, they'll most likely attempt to take them away. To this day, I have no idea how you're supposed to get that Mumbo token. You can't make that jump. You can't, you don't have the momentum from a high jump to make that. I really don't know how you're supposed to get that. Anyway, more breaking and entering. We're gonna... Containment house, storage shed. Anyway, another Jiggy in the bag. I don't know why I said containment house. Like, what was I thinking? Words are hard. Could have swore there was some notes in there, because there are. Baited. Alright, time to swim outside because it's a one-way trip from the roof. Actually, you know what? Before we get going, let's save the dolphin. Because, yeah, a dolphin's trapped under the anchor of the ship. Poor baby. I know dolphins are assholes in real life, but, he doesn't deserve this. Getting crushed under an anchor is one thing. Getting crushed under an anchor in polluted water, no less, that's just cruel and unusual. I'm surprised he's able to breathe down there. Anyway, hoist the anchor. We freed poor Snorkel. Thanks, guys. I found this earlier. It's yours. wish he would have brought that a bit closer to the surface, but sure, we can risk drowning for a Jiggy. We've already risked drowning for one. Yeah, even the water inside the hull of the ship is polluted. How did we get here? Thankfully, there's a ladder on this side of the bay. Oh yeah, also, jumping in and out of the water will buy you time. Trust me. So instead of just... It's also faster than just, you know, doggy paddling your way through. Unfortunately, we have to get that Jinjo over there, but as you'll see soon enough, it's not that simple. Because for some reason, Snacker is back, and he can somehow survive in polluted water. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. He just can. Also, we have to dive, because there's a hole in the side of this house. And even though the water in here looks clear, it's not. But you're asking yourself, why did we go into this random house? Did you say you don't know how to get that Mumbo token? I don't. I truly don't. Anyway, hollow honeycomb piece. I'll go back to it once I get this. Kill these flotsams. Alright, well... You pay the toll again twice? Really? That extends the bridge? I mean, I could, but also screw that. Okay, I already messed up. I need to go back inside. I'm gonna drown if I don't. And I made it through the engine room. I'm not about to drown here. There's a hole in the fence that you can swim through. It's just hard to see in the moment. There we go. Let's get on the surface though. Yeah, it really would have never occurred to me to pay the toll twice. But also, why would I pay extra toll money? I don't even like paying toll money in real life. Because it's like, whoa, it goes towards our roads. They don't use that money towards the roads. And I have to pay twice as much. Yeah, such a thing would have never occurred to me. But I guess now that mystery is solved, I don't think it's worth it for the sake of a Mumbo token, but if you truly need them, by all means. Speaking of pollution and OSHA violations, I'm pretty sure this is not up to any sort of code. If anything, I think this violates a whole lot of codes. A revelation 25 years in the making, truly. It's just something I would have never thought to myself to do. Also, random boombox here, so... Really? Okay. Yeah, I had to pay twice as much quote-unquote money all for the sake of a single token. Speaking of which... We'll do the crane later. We can go inside these storage crates real quick. I'm surprised that counted. Why are there so many of you in here? Also, why did that one not count? Sometimes your rat-a-tat doesn't hit them. I couldn't tell you why. it's fine. We got the run back. There we go. Also, this random beehive with bees. Alright, I think that's it. We almost have all the notes, too. Enticing. Oh yeah, this one just has all the boom boxes. Whoops. You don't need to kill any of them. Ow. I think if you kill all of them, you do get an extra life out of it, if you want one. And we also have the middle crate, which we have to go in from the ceiling, or the top of. And, heart, the cry of our last, well, it's not the last Jinjo, crap. Oh right, the orange Jinjo's on the other side of the last hole. Darn it. I think it's just feathers in here, and the Jinjo. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, back across. We can claim this Jiggy real quick. Yeah, Rusty Bucket Bay is surprisingly going relatively smoothly. Yeah, we press this switch, and it raises that gate. And the Jiggy is ours, if we can get to it within the next 16 seconds. Easy. And again, this is another instance where Grunty would have just won. If that cage just fell on you after you got the Jiggy, it was game over. Just GG easy. I know why it doesn't work like that, but it's like the fact that it's happened twice is just funny. I know it doesn't work like that because, you know, the game has to progress, but it is just funny to think about in hindsight. Oh right, the witch switch is up here. Can't forget about that. Another Mumbo token. And thankfully we have enough of those to beat the game. Because the last Mumbo transformation is in the last level. And that requires a whole whopping 25 tokens. But yeah, let's just climb across this perilous rope attached to a TNT crate. Barely made that. And yeah, our Jiggy's up there, so we will claim that once we leave. Alright. So, yeah, let's just drop a box of TNT onto the ship's hull. I'm sure that won't cause any sort of lasting damage or implications. And just like that, we've got all the notes in Rusty Bucket. No, it's too perilous. Nah, it's fine. Ocean began. See, it's fine. The ship's still floating. Barely. I guess we can pay this toll, just so we have easy access back. Why it's shaped like that, I couldn't tell you. And now we have to pay the most expensive toll. But unfortunately, this one's also the most necessary. Because across this bridge lies our last Jinjo. Just right off in this little corner of the world. With his 3 little guardians. Well, that's taken care of. One more Jiggy to go, and I already know where it is. I was about to jump into the water, but wait, no, dang it, I spoke that into existence. I spoke it and I willed it. Fine, let's just go back to the ship the hard way. Twicross? How do you pronounce that? How do you pronounce weird British word? Twycross, England. I'm probably butchering that so hard, but it's British. You can't fault me for that. Fun fact, Rareware is a British studio. I should add that sound effect to my stream deck. Just like the freaking, I don't remember where it's from, but it's just like you get a fun fact and then it's ba-dum-bum. Anyway, we have our next air quotes boss battle with Boss Boombox. Who dares enter Boss Boombox's hold? I do, and yeah. Remember how I said that having on-hand invincibility trivializes some things? Yeah, this is one of those instances. Just absolutely splintered. Arrgh, you splintered me. Take this. I didn't want it, really. I like how the arena is strewn with eggs, as if, you know, the game's just like, yeah, you can shoot him to death. Why would you? He doesn't have any sort of mechanics or anything. You can just whack him normally. Or, you know, if you have the gold feathers, just literally stand inside of him and watch him die. Yeah, Kazooie really doesn't have boss battles. There's only one real boss fight in this game, and it's grunty. Like, no spoilers. Like, it's almost like saying, "Wow, who's the final boss of a Mario game?" It's like, I wonder who it could be. Anyway, we're done with Rusty Bucket Bay. Not a moment too soon. Get me out of here. And we, funnily enough, didn't die in the engine room this time. Anyway, wow, your best note score is now 100. Alright, before we move on, let us claim our prize real quick. Plus, I think there's more we have to do in this section of the lair anyway. Yep, our Jiggy's just right there for the taking. If you think I'm rather soft, I'll be waiting in the loft. I don't think she's soft at all. I think she's chunky. It's a difference, though. Yeah, this switch actually raises the water level for a third time. This one's only temporary, though. And of course, we have plenty of notes to open this door. This will take us to one of the last parts of the lair. The forest section of the lair. And this is actually one of our last destinations of the game. This is also where you see the black gruntlings. These guys take 2 rat-a-tats to kill. Or like 3 rolls. Anyway, before we do that, come down here to unlock a secret passage. Very convenient, because this takes you from like the end of the lair back to the near beginning of it. Anyway, yeah, this is the hub for where the last world of the game is. But that's not why we're here. Well, one, we can open this door already, so that's done with. Because we're a completionist. But also, at the end of this section of trees... Well, there's also a beehive here. But it lies a switch. And that switch has a Jiggy pedestal on it. And voila. So now, we can actually input the Jiggies in that pedestal back from way long ago. Well, I guess there is some backtracking in the lair, but anyway... Now that we have unlocked the pedestal, we can fill in that portrait now. Why there's a random golden feather there, I could not tell you, but I kind of need all the golden feathers I can get. It takes you right back to where you're supposed to go. Very convenient. So we swim back through this hole and do what we couldn't do all those worlds and hours ago. takes a lot of jiggies for this one. 15 of them to be exact. But now we have unlocked the final world of the game, Click Clock Wood. My second favorite level in the game. Alright, well, let's head on back. Just gotta take another dip in the pot. But yeah, I've never really encountered a game that did that before, that teases you with something, teases you with a portrait of a level, but you can't, you know you can put the puzzle pieces in, or you know you can unlock it, but you just don't have the means of doing that. Quite literally, like without the pedestal, you can't put the jiggies in. And I do think that is rather clever. Can't you get here any faster? Come and fight me. I'm the master. Listen, I'm going as fast as I can. I'm not a speedrunner. Anyway, here we are in Click Clock Wood. Rather small, isn't it? But that's the beauty of it. There's 4 doors. And our first door is opened with this flower switch. So let us go. So yeah, welcome to Click Clock Wood. And Click Clock Wood is one of my favorite levels because, well, 1, I love the soundtrack for it, and 2, it has probably one of the most unique gimmicks in a platforming stage. So Click Clock Wood is all centered around this giant tree, but the trick of it is that you are exploring the same level during all 4 seasons of the year. And of course, we start things off with the best season, spring. I'm not biased or anything, it's not like I'm a May baby or something like that. God, no. That'd just be silly. But anyway, yeah, springtime. April showers, May flowers, perfect temperature for weather, all that good stuff. Everything's in bloom. And we got to explore it all. We also have to kill all these birds, which is basically this level's version of Champas. And you have old Big Butt here. That isn't a joke. Those bulls are actually called Big Butts. You can't kill them either. You can only knock them out. Ass too fat to die. Anyway, speaking of making things bloom in the spring, we just farted some eggs into a dirt hole, so that's how that works. Also, you have those mean-looking sentient plants over there. They're called snare bears, and they do exactly what you think they do. Just like, imagine making a Venus flytrap but for bears. We have Mumbo over there. We'll pay him a visit later. April showers may bring flowers. Wait a second, I don't think that's how the saying goes. But yeah, now we just have to climb this giant tree. The Golden Showers by Austin Powers, Jesus Christ. I kind of miss those movies, but there's no way those movies would fly today. Just not a chance. Because I get that, Austin Powers is supposed to be a spoof on, spy movies and James Bond and all that, but like, yeah. Also, I don't even know what Mike Myers is up to. Is he even still alive? Oh, ads. Sorry. There's a Mumbo token over there, but I don't need any more Mumbo tokens. I'm set on that. But anyway, we also have our next switch here. The door to summer. Oh, right, duh. We have Shrek 5 as a thing. I honestly forgot Shrek 5 was a thing. We haven't heard a peep about it since they announced it. Chomp, chew. Nab likes acorns. I'll just eat a few more. He, in fact, did not only eat just a few more. But that's a problem for later. But yeah, each of the 4 seasons has their own things to collect in it. Oh yeah, Zendaya is Shrek's daughter. And I think most of the others are reprising their roles. And anyway, Egg. Egg have baby in it this time. War, me eerie, mighty eagle, needs sleep now. Alright, I think ads are over with back, but yeah, I completely forgot Shrek 5 was a thing. And yeah, I know Zendaya is playing the daughter. I might go watch it, but it's like, I don't know, man. DreamWorks hasn't really been doing a whole lot. I mean, I know Kung Fu Panda 4 happened, but like, I didn't see that. I kind of got burned out after 3. There's our Jinjo. He's inside of a snare bear. Note that it only snares when I get close due to being a bear, but the Jinjo literally standing in its mouth, it doesn't close. Anyway, there's our first Jiggy in the bag. An extra life if you need it. Alright, we have successfully scaled the tree. Now we just gotta go pay Mumbo a visit. He's all the way over there. I could fall down the tree, but it's a long way down, so we'll take fall damage. Oh, dang it. Pixel off. I can make this jump. I don't know if this will hurt me. It probably will, but who cares? You get to pay Mumbo a visit. And you need 25 whole freaking tokens. And this time he's only got eggs. Anyway, here's our final transformation of the game. Undoubtedly the best transformation of the game. A bee. Mumbo magic much good. Bee is best yet. So yeah, the bee is the best transformation in the game bar none. You still can't defend yourself, but you can fly infinitely, which is way more useful, to be honest. And also, because we're short, stubby, and fat, we can also make our way into this beehive. I just got that because it's right there. Hello, fat little bee. These Zubbas are guarding Grunty's golden honey piece. We've been told there's a honey bear out there. I've made my way into the bee civilization. They suspect nothing. I will claim the purple creature from their clutches. We'll be back for that though. We just can't get into the beehive as a bear. We're too big and too fat. Well, more fat than we already are, I guess. Anyway, we can also claim this Jinjo because, again, they're called snare bears, not snare bees. If you're not a bear, they simply don't care. That should be the tagline for those enemies. Like, if you're not a bear, they don't care. But also, we can get way higher. Way, way higher, because at the very edge of the level, at the very tippy top of the tree, is another snare bear with a Jiggy in its mouth. Now it's mine. Unfortunately, there's not really a good way to go down as a bee besides just like staring straight down. Let's grab this. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I can do while I'm a bee? Oh yeah, I can explore a different part of the tree, like on the side. There's a snare bear with an extra life. Right, over here. I don't think there's anything over this way. Maybe that comes into play later. Yeah, that comes into play later. Okay, I think we are done with springtime. Sadly. It was such sweet sorrow while it lasted. Just doing a quick pass through. Alright, we're out of here. Alright, well, we're done with spring. On to summer. Summer is probably my... You know what? I don't know what I like better between summer and fall. Like, don't get me wrong, summer's great. It's the perfect time to do things. Sun's out, bun's out, all that good stuff. But the main issue with summer, it's hot. Most of the time, annoyingly so. And the insects are out in full force. It's so hot that the freaking enemies even took their shirts off. They get the memo. Eek, hungry animals like caterpillars. So yeah, there's bees. They're not even attached to the beehives, they're just out and about. Yeah, they really captured the main two worst parts about summer. It's hot as hell, and the insects. Because God, I hate the bugs. But thankfully, all the stuff on the tree has bloomed after springtime. Oh yeah, the water's also dried up too, because it's hot. But because the water's dried up, we can help poor Naughty get into his house. You look pretty strong. Can you move this boulder for me? So yeah, this is Naughty the Beaver. That's a reference if you didn't know. Wow, what strength. Come inside and I'll give you a reward. Unfortunately, we can't get into Grunaldi's house because the slope is too steep even for our Talon Trot. So we'll just have to collect later. But yeah, the freaking enemies, they're called Grublin Hoods. They're just walking around shirtless in the summer, which I mean, mood. Big fat mood. I'd be shirtless half the time in the summer too because it's so blisteringly hot. Yeah, spring and fall is like perfect weather for me. Summer's just a bit too much. Oh hey, it's Gobi. Oh no, it's you two again. Gobi thought he was safe here. You're never safe. Will you stop doing that? It took me ages to find more water. Bro. Like, I was about to say there's more water right there, but it's like there really isn't. It's all kind of dried up, so, I think he's valid this one time. And hey, there's our next switch for our next season, right down here. And so we open the door to autumn. Or fall. Whichever floats your boat. Alright, now we can start climbing the tree. Back off, shirtless thing. We also need to find more caterpillars to feed to our new baby eagle. I guess we can kind of be considered the mother. I mean, two mothers? Because I mean, Banjo and Kazooie hatched her. And I mean, well, I guess it's a mother and a father, because I mean, Banjo's a he and Kazooie's a she, so... Get a mommy and a daddy 2 for 1. Dang it. The slope kind of messed me up. I'll be needing more golden feathers shortly, so I'm gonna collect as many as I can. My bramble field makes you yelp. In the loss of life, it sure does help. So yeah, here we have Mumbo, but no Mumbo pad. Too hot for magic. Mumbo wants suntan. So yeah, Mumbo won't transform you in any other season besides spring. For all sorts of different excuses. In summer, It's too hot to function, which, I mean, to be honest, that's fair. That is fair and valid. I'll just be like that sometimes in the heat. It's like, it's too hot. Try again later. Alright, I think that's everything to do with the base. Let us climb the tree. I'm gonna take a slight detour this time, because I think there's something over this way. There is a Jiggy. We had to wait for the leaves to bloom to be able to access it. And, you know, for it to appear. Because it's only programmed to appear in the summer. Alright. Back to the other way. The quote-unquote proper way. Because we can't miss all the stuff over there. And I also do like how the theme changes with each season too. It's a really nice touch. Alright, I think we have enough caterpillars for our baby. Girl? I think Erie's a girl? I wouldn't know. I genuinely don't know how you would tell the gender of a bird. I think you have to actually get it genetically tested to figure out its gender, because it's like it's not like Pokemon. You don't have gender differences for some species of animal. Whether a girl is a boy or a girl, who's to say? And if you're thinking to yourself, well, don't just one of them lay eggs? No, I think both male and female birds can lay eggs, so that's not even a good enough sign either. Bzz. The honey bear. He's after Grunty's golden honey piece. Sting him, Zubbas. Oh no, the bees. Whatever will I do against this horde of stinging soldiers? Sorry, he's beating us. Oh well. We were getting bored of guarding it anyway. Could have led with that. But yeah, I love having on-hand invulnerability. It's just so useful. So yeah, we had to wait a whole season to claim our prize, but we did claim our prize. The only thing with Click Clock Wood is that you definitely want to be thorough when you're exploring these. Because it's like if you do miss things, assuming you are going for 100% like I am, you'll just be left to wonder, well, which season did I miss it in? Speaking of missing things, I could potentially miss this jump. It says here that male birds are better singers. I wouldn't know. Nor would I probably care. Wow, I actually made that jump. Usually I just go tumbling down, because our depth perception is a bitch and a half. But hey, also, the bridge is more complete now. Also a nice little touch. And then they're also starting to work on these things. Alright, playing these notes. Yeah, I think we only needed 5 caterpillars. We have plenty. And I don't think they carry over between seasons either. We'll find out. Anyway, let's check on old Nabnuts here. Oh. Nabnuts eating too many acorns. I've got none left for next winter now. Man, it's should have had a little bit of self-control there, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. Nut gut. Never say that again. just, oh man. I know what you meant. It just sounds so wrong out of context. Yummy, juicy caterpillar, nice. Yeah, we only needed 5. They grow up so fast. Erie full now, needs more sleep. Ain't that just like a baby? All they do is eat and sleep, and then eat again, then sleep again. I envy them. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that every day. now I have responsibilities and bills and existential dread. It sucks, man. But outside of that, I think we are done with summer. Whoops. Yeah, that's just... Oh, man. Yeah, it's like, I think we're done with summer. I hope we're done with summer. If not, we'll be coming back if we miss something. But anyway, it's on to autumn. And I mean, a lot of people will tell you that fall is their favorite season. The weather's back to being that perfect temperature. Bear get eerie, more caterpillars. Need 10 this time. Well, yeah. Everything's starting to wind down. The leaves have fallen. And you know, pumpkin spice for the white girlies and Halloween and all that good stuff. It's real cozy / spooky vibes. And of course we have more snare bears. These ones have notes inside them, so we actually have to waste more golden feathers to get inside them. Either that or tank the damage. But we can't really tank the damage because knockback's a thing. So yeah, we're gonna be running dry on golden feathers here. Oh yeah, the water's back too. Oh. Huh. It crashed. That's new. Well, dang. I genuinely wasn't expecting that. Like, the game just crashed. Man, I am really glad it saves notes now. So now I don't have to, now I can just pick up where I left off. Really glad. That's new. Well, Pooh, well, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, we have a shortcut. We'll be back in Click Clock Wood in the next minute. And like I said, since we actually have note saving now, like they do in the Xbox port, we didn't lose any progress. Cause yeah, that's the thing about Click Clock Wood. If you leave or die, you're gonna have quite the trek ahead of you as far as getting the notes. Cause you will have to explore all 4 seasons for them. Alright, well, we're back. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Jeez, they both beelined it for me. Yeah, you need 10 caterpillars this time, I know. Ah, dang it. Yeah. Ah, crap. I have to break the boulder again, too. Dang. Yeah, the notes may not reset, but everything else sure does. Well, except Eerie. Eerie didn't reset. Alright, we have to take a bit of a detour back to summer. That is highly unfortunate. Highly unfortunate. We should also check that flower to make sure it's still watered too. Alright, yeah. You won't know it, but we already busted this boulder for you once already. Alright, let's check that flower while we're at it. Because if we have to redo all that too, we have to go all the way back to spring. Okay, the flower is still grown. And Gobi is nowhere to be seen. Okay, well, that's one fear eased. Alright, back to fall. Crisis averted. And hopefully that doesn't happen again. Hopefully. Yeah, we know. You will get your food. Trust. Alright, now let's go claim our reward. Have to wait a whole freaking season just to do this. Thankfully, Naughty is a beaver of his word, and he did remember. Oh, here you are at last. I've been waiting months to give you this. He technically has been waiting months, but I mean, at least he remembered. Thank you, Naughty. Nice pad you got here. Yeah, it's good to remember your promises and pay your debts. This beaver's not a messiah, he's a very naughty boy. You are just full of puns tonight, aren't you? Why are you there? For what reason? Other than just to be obnoxious. Anyway, for some reason, Gobi decided not to leave. This is on him. He asked for it at this point. She just left. I don't know why he'd think we wouldn't come back. And there it is. The flower has bloomed. Right, that's it. I'm off to the lava world. You'll never find me there. And if you're thinking to yourself, there's no lava world in this game, you're right. There is no lava world in this game. Gobi got so fed up with us that he went to the sequel that won't exist for another 2 years. Oh my god, I have to get the Jinjos again. Son of a... Okay, well, the Jinjos will be the very last Jiggy we get. Because, oof. I completely forgot that the Jinjos reset. The puns write themselves, fair enough, I guess. And there's notes in that one too. Well, let's get it. Ugh. I hate wasting feathers for this. It has to be done. Yeah, dang, that crash was a bigger setback than I thought, because, like, not only did I have to reset Naughty's boulder, I also had to reset the Ginger. And if I didn't have note shit saving on, I would have had to get all the notes again, too. I would have basically had to start from scratch. Yeah, I'm guessing that was just a random fluke. Anyway, Mumbo's here. He's busy. Mumbo busy. Sweet many leaves. No magic today. You know what? That's also valid. That's also another downside with fall, is just the leaves sweeping them so that they're not an eyesore. Anyway, I guess it's time to climb the tree again. I'm trying to think. What Jinjos were in spring? You had the green Jinjo at the top of the tree. You had the purple Jinjo inside the beehive. And I think there was a Jinjo in summer too. Ugh. Okay, once we do all this, we'll go back to summer, We'll go to the last season, then we'll go back to summer, then we'll go back to spring. Because we do have to be the bee for our last Witch Switch Jiggy as well. Man, I'm almost out of feathers. I think there's a couple more snap traps with notes in them too. Also, funny number of notes. Will we even have enough caterpillars to feed our child? Guess we'll find out. I might have to make a detour to summer early. Also, the beehive's deteriorating. Well, sort of. Yeah, the Jinjo's only here in spring. Nothing in here for you now, Bear. We've all moved out. So yeah, the bees moved out with the weather cooling down. I don't know why he's still here. Maybe he's on guard duty or something. Who's to say? Whoops. But he's chill, so I mean, we just leave him alone. I don't even think we could reach him anyway. Alright, well, there were a couple of loose notes in that beehive during the fall. Not sure how they got there, but it is what it is. It's an extra life if you want it. We did have enough for caterpillars. Ooh, that was close. The shed's a lot more complete now, too. You know what, we'll just grab it, just in case. I know she said she only needed 10, but you know, better to have more than not enough. Stupid dragonfly. What's up, buddy? Hi there, bear buddy. I need 6 more acorns before winter comes. Have you seen any? So yeah, we gotta help Nabnuts get some acorns, because he ate them all. The greedy bastard. But first, we need to break into his tree some more. This part of the tree is flooded for some reason, and of course, the acorns are sentient. We already know what game we're playing. 1 down, 5 to go. Also, we do have ads incoming in the next minute, so fair warning. Nabnuts hasn't got enough acorns yet. Keep looking. There's one just floating there in the middle of nothing. I don't even know how it's doing that. It is impressive. 3. If everything in this world is sentient, what's left to eat? Well, I mean, he's about to eat these sentient acorns, so I feel like the rules of nature still apply here. Just because these acorns are sentient, that's not stopping him. It's not stopping him whatsoever. Heck, there was one right above him. Didn't even look. Lazy squirrel. 5 and 6. Yippee! That's all the acorns I need. Here, take this. I'll see you in spring. So yeah, now old Nabnuts won't starve during the winter. I guess he's learned to. Salvage better, because I guess 6 acorns is enough to last him through the winter. Speaking of which, that's our final destination. But first things first, we must feed our child. 10 whole freaking caterpillars. Greedy baby. Thank you. Soon Eerie be Big Bird, but first must have sleep. God, I envy her. I wish that was me. Just eat, sleep for a few months, wake up, eat again. go back to sleep for another few months, repeat. Alright, well, we're not quite done. We must claim what awaits us at the top of our flower. Our flower we spent a good 6 to 7 months growing. I wish I could actually grow flowers in real life. I do not have a green thumb whatsoever. It sucks. Alright, 8 down, 2 more to go. I think there's only 1 Jiggy to claim in winter, and then outside of that, it's just, well, the Jinjos. Jeez, Big Butt can haul it. I did not know the depths of his game or his speed. Alright, well, we're done with fall. So, let's move on to everyone's favorite season. Oh, wait, need that. Alright, off to the best season. Food that talks is not food, schlock mercenary. I don't know who this schlock mercenary is, but sounds like a dork. But yeah, here we are in the last season, and what the current season is right now, winter. I mean, what is there to say? It's cold, there's snow, I hate the snow, and with snow comes snowmen. Hate those guys too. There's only one consolation with winter. The plants are dead, so there's no snare bears. There's also no bees, because, you know, insects cannot survive in the winter. It's so cold that we have to fly just to get around, so we could just fly to the top of the tree. We won't be doing that. Well, not yet. First we have to kill all these snowmen. Because I hate them with a burning passion. Enough of a burning passion that it would melt them on contact. So yeah, we're going to be spending a lot of red feathers here. And considering that we only had 50 of them, it's not the best. If anything, I kind of feel like we should do the tree in reverse order. I think it'd be easier to go down the tree. He says when the witch switch is right there, guarded by a snowman. So yeah, here's our last witch switch of the game. And it's all the way up there. We'll be needing a bit of a bee body to get up there. You know what? I think that's how I am gonna approach this. We're gonna go in reverse. Well, actually, mostly reverse, because I actually do need to fly in order to get one of the extra honeycomb pieces. Also, I need to kill this snowman because I refuse to leave any of them alive. So yeah, we actually do need to fly because we need to beak bomb our way into this other window. Just because we can. Secret room. Yeah, turns out Napnuts had a whole freaking backup store of nuts. I guess he just couldn't reach it. Little fucker was holding out on... He wasn't just holding out on us, he was holding out on himself. It's a webcomic about a group of space mercenaries. I've never heard of it before, but interesting. I don't really read webcomics. I was about to say I don't really read, but then that would just make me sound like an idiot. Anyway, yeah, dude's knocked out. Acorns. Bro eats, sleeps, and dreams of acorns. God bless him. Oh yeah, also ice physics, because of course. But anyway, it's time to visit our child, because now she is actually a mighty eagle. For reals this time. They really do grow out so fast. This is the only Jiggy in winter too. Eerie mighty eagle at last. Watch me as I fly into the sky. But of course, every bird must eventually leave the nest one day. Off she goes. I have a reward for Bear Friend. Here it comes. I really wish it came out the other end, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. And that's the miracle of life. We only have one Jiggy to go, but unfortunately we gotta do some backtracking to get it. Trying not to slip on the ice here. Ooh, jeez. I don't think there's anything special in there throughout the seasons. I don't think. And I missed a snowman, dang it. I'll kill him later. I've wasted a lot of red feathers as is. But yeah, we're going down the tree in reverse this time. And hey, the bridge is like 99% done now. I don't know why they left some gaps in it, but oh well. Ooh, camera. Thank you. Yeah, there's also notes on the top of this shed for whatever reason. As soon as I can get on top of this shed. Come on. And thankfully, it gives us just enough breathing room to activate our Talon Trot. Alright, 4 more notes to go, and hopefully those notes are somewhere in this season. Yeah, and because it's winter, the beehive's all busted up. Completely and utterly destroyed. There's a Mumbo token in there. Actually, I don't think I can get back on the tree from here. Nailed it. But yeah, it's also so cold that the bramble's frozen over. Also, all the birds on the tree are gone too, migrated for winter and whatnot. That's another plus. It's really just grasping at straws though. But yeah, Mumbo isn't even here in the winter. Mumbo's on vacation, you hairy fool. Come back in spring. Yep, Mumbo pulled a Greg Abbott and fled for the winter. I don't blame him. Because unlike that piece of garbage, he doesn't have any people he's responsible for. But whoops, there's me getting political again. Maybe I'm getting my names mixed up too. It's been a long night. But also, there is one more thing we have to do in winter. And we have to take an icy plunge. Yes, that's right. Swim under there. Icy water takes double the air. And if you're asking yourself, well, why are we swimming in frigid waters? Well, we have to pay our old beaver friend a visit. He better appreciate this. Wow, we can actually see Kazooie's wings starting to freeze up. Core, I don't usually get visitors in winter. And there's our last hollow honeycomb piece. And with that, we've collected them all. We have our full health bar. You can also tell that this game is British because who the heck says core? I don't even know if British people actually still say that. But yeah, I've actually never noticed that before. It's like the more oxygen you lose, or maybe it was just a trick of the light, but it looked like Kazooie's wings were actually freezing. If it was the case, that's a really good attention to detail. It might have just been a trick of the light. Alright, ow. Okay, one last snowman to kill, and I think we're wrapped up with winter. I don't know where those last 4 notes are. I'm gonna have to look for those. It's that HD graphics, it sure is. Gotta love it. Where was that last... Well, actually, I think I missed 2 snowmen, to be honest. They will both die. Mark my words. There's one. And there are my last 4 notes. This motherfucker hit me mid... Whatever. He's dead. And there are these last notes. 4, 3, almost fell off the tree. Well, 2, 1, boom. And just like that, we've found all 900 notes in the game. Now there is simply one last thing to be done. Well, as far as Click Clock Wood is concerned. But first, back to summer. I almost ran to the freaking ice cube. Because I believe there is a Jinjo in summer. I think. Because I know 2 of them are in spring. Thankfully, he's right over here. By some bees. Wait. No, hang on. I missed the Jinjo in winter. Because I know for a fact the blue Jinjo is in winter. Thankfully, everything stays dead. Thankfully. Actually, wait. I think I remember where the blue Jinjo is. It's gonna cost me a lot of feathers, though. Just about all the feathers I have. Maybe I'm... Okay, never mind. I misremembered that horrifically. Where is the blue Jinjo again? I'm drawing a blank. He's not inside the tree, is he? Is he? I mean, I could always check. I know for a fact there's a Jinjo in winter. It doesn't hurt to check, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing different in here. Plus, I would hear him whistling if he was. Man, the game crashing really threw off my groove. It's like I could have swore I knew where this Jinjo was. Oh, dang. Ow. I'm genuinely trying to remember. Not in Mumbo's hut. And I don't really have enough red feathers to go flying around anymore. Yeah, where is this little freak? I think I'm gonna have to take to the skies to look. I'm really trying to think. Oh, duh, he was on top of Mumbo's skull. Okay, well, mystery solved. Now we can go back to spring. Ignore that. But yeah, I think once we're wrapped up, I'm gonna call it a night. Wednesday, we will finish Banjo, and that shouldn't take us... It really shouldn't take us more than an hour, So I think you're gonna get 2 games for the price of 1 on Wednesday. We're gonna finish Banjo up, and then we're going to start with our next game being Donkey Kong Country 2. And we can use the weekend to wrap that up. And then, thankfully, Diddy Kong Racing I know I can beat in a single stream session. It might have to be an extended stream session, but it will be done. And then, after Diddy Kong Racing will be Perfect Dark. I just have to decide how I want to play through Perfect Dark. Because, I could take a page out of the book I'm reading now, and I could play Perfect Dark on PC with actual mouse and keyboard controls, or I could plug up the old Xbox and play it through Rare Replay. Because I will eventually have to use the old Xbox with Rare Replay, because that's how I'll be playing Perfect Dark Zero and Viva Pinata. I'm pretty sure both those games are on replay. I could check. You know what, let me check while I turn to a video. Off I go. Perfect Dark on N64. I mean, that is also an option too. I could be quote-unquote genuine, but at the same time, as much as I glaze the Nintendo 64 for obvious reasons, that controller sucks, man. I'm sorry. Especially for shooters. It's why most of the shooters for N64 haven't aged the best. It's simply because of the controller. But I mean, we've evolved past such things. We can play these shooters with dual analog technology or mouse and keyboard controls. It feels like a dream. And just like that, we have cleared Click Clock Wood. We're out of here. We've got all 900 notes and all the hollow honeycomb pieces. I can happily drink bleach now. Mark Lamar, never mind the buzzcocks. Why do I feel like you're making that up? I seriously feel like you're making that up. Oh man. Let's see, I'm looking this up. Okay, yeah, I'm not crazy. Perfect Dark Zero is on Rare Replay, as is Viva Pinata. In fact, Viva Pinata, the sequel to Viva Pinata is on Rare Replay too, which I've actually never played. I've never played Trouble in Paradise, I've only played the original. And then Nuts and Bolts is also on Rare Replay. One day I will have to 100% Nuts and Bolts. It's the only Banjo game, not counting Pilot, that I haven't. But anyway, that's for the future. But just like that, we've fully completed the game. All 900 notes, all hollow honeycomb pieces, and that was our 100th Jiggy. All that's left to do now is to teach the witch a good lesson. But we will do that next time, because there's one more, well, technically 2 more trials that we have to overcome before we can say that we've beaten this game for like the 30th time. So, we are going to call it from there. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Those are my links, best way to see when I go live, all that good stuff. Like I said, consider joining my Discord. Really trying to push that for this month. And yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll see y'all Wednesday. We'll wrap up Banjo and we'll start DKC 2. Who can I send you to? I'll send you here. She's cool. She plays retro games. She was actually playing Battletoads a couple days ago. That's kind of got me in the mood to play it again. Anyway, bye.